Welcome, everybody. I'm super excited to have an interview today with Stephanie Ingersoll from the Chandler Unified School District. She's actually the PR director. And so I think this is really neat because, coming from Nebraska originally and moving to Arizona, I really wanted to do an interview with her because we don't even have, I mean, as far as I know, I've never heard of a PR director for a school district. So this is super cool. So even just that piece alone is like opening my eyes to how different and like how much bigger, obviously, the Phoenix area is. And so I'll just jump right in and kind of just, can you give me like a little bit of background on like what your role is with Chandler and why you're so passionate about what you do and kind of just an overview?
Yeah. Well, Jamie, thank you so much for having me. It is a pleasure to meet your audience and get information out there about public education, public schools. I'll have to double check, but Nebraska might be part of the National School Public Relations Association. There's a big national association of us PR people. A lot of states have us, so it is super cool when a district invests in a communications, a marketing, and a public relations team or person because we're the storytellers. We get to do the great job of putting out positive information about what our students are doing, what our teachers are doing, what our schools are doing. And that's what I love the most about my job is we have 40,000 kids in Chandler Unified. We have 5,000 employees. We are Arizona's second largest school district. So what that means is that's how many stories we have to tell. We are the storytellers for our schools and for our district and for public education.
Oh, that's so awesome. And so when we moved here, we we did kind of play with like I'll just tell our story. We moved here, we did want to be in the Chandler School District. And we're our mailing address says Gilbert. We're considered Queen Creek and but our kids go to Chandler Unified School District. So just sharing that because it's like you had mentioned when we did like our pre-interview, like how the boundaries were
Yeah.
established so long ago, and now it's like it can be confusing, and that was one of the reasons we wanted to do this interview. But the opportunities at each school are so unique within the district. And that's what we really realized like immediately was my daughter was like our assigned school was Basha and but the she wanted to be on the cheer team. She had made friends at church and she's like, I want to be on the cheer team at oh my gosh, I'm blanking on her
Is it
school,
Perry or
Castile.
Castile? Castile. Yep. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
all these things in my head. So, but one of the things that we had to navigate was like, oh, they have a pre like a nursing program
Mhm.
at Basha, which was a super cool thing that she was excited about. They don't have that at Castile.
Mhm.
And so kind of just go over like even maybe if you could give a little bit of insight of how the different programs work and what are some of the different programs that you really like would encourage families to check out or a brand new families moving here, what would you encourage them to do?
I love, love, love that question. So, to give a little context, school districts' boundaries were established before towns and cities were even established. And so that's why you have Chandler Unified, that is most of Chandler, and a little bit of Queen Creek, and a little bit of Gilbert. Queen Creek Unified, for example, is all of Queen Creek, the town, and a little bit of Mesa. You have Kyrene School District, that is a little bit of Chandler, a little bit of Tempe, and a little bit of Phoenix Ahwatukee. So that is unique that we are one school district but we're serving different communities, municipalities, and it is a challenge, but it's a fun challenge, right? um, and so in Chandler Unified, we have 49 schools. Like that seems like a lot, but I was just talking to Fresno Unified and they have more than 100 schools. So I thought we were big, but yeah, yeah, for that is a much bigger district. But so we have 31 elementaries, we have junior highs, we have middle schools, we have high schools, we have an online school. So we have a saying in Chandler Unified that we're the premier district of choice. What that means is we were doing school choice before anybody else was doing school choice. We opened traditional academies back in 1996, 98, and a traditional academy is kind of operates a year ahead in certain areas, a little bit more structure and uniforms, right? So traditional academies, great for some families. We have some schools that are a hybrid of a traditional and a like neighborhood school. So one side of the school is that traditional academy, and then the other one is your standard neighborhood school you'll see. Then we have our neighborhood schools that are, just they are your typical school, all still wonderful, all still absolutely wonderful. Then we have some accelerated middle schools that are 6 through 8. But then you have our junior highs that are 7 through 8. Then you have 2 high schools that technically serve those middle schoolers to high schoolers. So Basha High School is Basha Accelerated Middle School and Basha High School. So that's 6 through 12. Then you have Castile High School, which is a 7 through 12, but they officially separated the school to be a junior high and a high school, even though they're on the same campus. We have this amazing program called Elite Performance Academy for competitive athletes, dancers, gymnasts. So they come in and they go to school, let's say 8 to noon, and then we help get the transportation for the kid to get them to their gym or to their dance studio or to their field so that they can maintain that high level of competition. Some Broadway stars have been through our online program, and it's Broadway is so demanding, so they can do Chandler Unified School online, which is so awesome. It's provided by our teachers with our curriculum, with our high standards, but they do it online and they can do it from
Mhm.
anywhere, right? So that's pretty
That's so cool.
amazing.
That was something I learned when we talked last. I was like, oh wow,
Yeah.
like, you guys really have, you can really accomplish like any family's goals.
So another great one I just want to mention real fast is Chandler Early College. So let's say a big comprehensive high school is not the right fit for your teenager, and we get that. Like Hamilton, 3,000 kids, because our other high schools in the 2,500, 2,700 range. Maybe that's just too big. Totally understand. Chandler Early College is on the campus of Chandler Gilbert Community College. So they're getting the community college feel. Their courses are more fast paced, and it's in a smaller contained environment, and they can graduate with their associate's degree even sometimes before they have their high school diploma through Chandler Early
Wow.
College. And it gives them that exposure to college life while they're still in high school. You get me talking and I won't stop talking, so interrupt at any time.
No, so that's a really good thing. So basically they're getting college credits, but are they paying for college?
So that one, Chandler Early College is no, that is a tuition free
Okay.
one, but they'll have to get the college credits through the dual enrollment program. So there's that dual
Okay.
enrollment, right? So
Perfect.
there are certain courses at high school level that qualify for dual enrollment, but there's a perception out there that dual enrollment has to be advanced placement or honors, the high level ones. No, your students can be on level in some of their classes and earn dual enrollment credits for it. You do have to pay that fee to get those college credits, but that's something that we have available. We have the International Baccalaureate program, which is really about exposing kids to the global mindset. Chandler High was the first IB school west of the Mississippi. We were the
Hmm.
first school in Arizona to have the IB program, and it has blossomed so much. Now we have an elementary school that is the elementary IB program. So their primary years IB, that's Anderson Elementary School.
Oh,
And
wow.
that's one of 5 in the whole state that has the primary years IB program. So your kids can get that IB exposure starting right in kindergarten at Anderson Elementary School.
What does
Um,
that mean exactly? So when you say, I mean, what is that program?
Yeah, so it is a worldwide program that's recognized, and it's about exposing kids to how do other cultures um, do things. We need to have this global mindset to compete in a global society, right? Um, how is what's happening in our oceans affecting the whole globe? Let's look at it from that global perspective. What's happening, overseas at this place? How is it going to affect me? So it's really giving them that um, critical thinking lens of how this is a problem. Here's how I find a solution. Here's some solutions that I have. Maybe they're going to work, maybe they won't work. Let's test them and let's see how they benefit everyone, not just one little pocket. That's what the IB kind
Mm,
of
that's
program is
big.
summed up.
Yeah.
Really proud of that program. We also have AVID, which is Advancement via Individual Determination. It's a college and career readiness framework. So here's what I like to say about AVID. Were you ever taught to take notes in high school?
Yeah.
You were? Okay. Were
Oh,
you
not
given,
taught to. I was told to take
you
them.
were told to take notes, right?
Yes.
But were you given a strategy on how to take notes? Were you given, I struggle with my 15-year-old, and I'm like, take notes. And he's just writing on a piece of paper. But this is
Mhm.
a structured note taking,
Ah,
organizational. How do I think critically to take my learning to the next step? And it really truly helps that C student become a B student. So we
oh,
have
that's
AVID
amazing.
programs. We also have, oh my gosh, we have so much. We have career and technical education. That is amazing here.
Hmm.
21 programs from the CNA program you were talking about. That's a certified nursing assistant, to culinary, to digcom, digital com, to film and TV, cabinet making, automotive. What else do we have? You would think I would have them memorized. Cybersecurity, semiconductor.
Wow.
These are 2 to 3 year programs that the kids can end with, 1 to 2 year programs that the kids then end with industry credentials.
And
They
that's
take
something
the
that
test.
we think is really
Yeah,
important. Like, just
yeah.
it's so key to have somebody be employable. And
Mhm.
so
Yeah,
many times we're just telling graduate with a good grades and go to a college, but is that really like what actually fits for the student and for that person's passion and what can they utilize right when they get out of high school?
we
Uh,
have the 4 E's, and what that is our kids, they're gonna do enrollment, right? Enrollment in a college or a university. Maybe enlistment, the enlistment in the military. Maybe employment, they're going straight into the workforce. Or maybe they're really curious about starting their own business and entrepreneurship. It isn't a one size fit all for all kids, and we really truly are trying to find the best fit for every kid in Chandler Unified.
I love that. So that brings me to my next question. Something we talked about on the pre-interview was most families pick based on convenience.
Oh yeah.
Like you drive by the school, so that's the one that okay, I'm gonna go there. And that's really like why this interview came about is like, okay, is is this really the best school for my student? So can you speak on that? Like, can students, if I'm supposed to go to Basha, like what is the process and how does it look for me to open enroll somewhere else?
Yeah. So our open enrollment, it has moved up earlier because we realized families do need that time to do the shopping and the research for the schools.
Mhm.
So our open enrollment window opens November 10th or 11th. Don't quote me on that, but it's right about then. So that's when you submit an application, not registration, but it's just I'm applying to open enroll at this school, right? And there's a variety of factors that are looked at when open enrollment applications are approved. So there is no guarantee, but I do want the families to know those applications for 27, 26, 27 are already available online. So you can print it off, you can fill it out and have it ready to go to submit on November. I want to get the exact date for you.
We can totally put it in the show, like notes too.
Okay.
So
I think it's November 10th. Yes, it's November 10th at 7:30 in the morning. And so you could prep that right now. But I'd really, really encourage our families, or the families watching, or anyone moving in, or anyone who's curious, visit schools, go tour them, meet the principals, We have amazing principals in Chandler Unified, and you will just get a feel the moment you walk in. You will be like, "Yep, this is the
Yeah,
school for
I
my
agree with
child," right?
that.
But then on top of that, talk to your neighbors, talk to your friends. But then we have a school choice fair coming up on November 5th, and all 49 of our schools will be here at the district office, and you can meet all of them in one place and ask them, "What's your signature program? What is it that makes your school special?
Mm.
Why would you send your own kid to this school?" And the principals, the deans, the staff, and that's a huge thing, is a lot of our own staff send their kids to the schools that they work at, or schools in Chandler Unified, because our schools are that good.
Yeah.
So definitely there's a lot of options. Even call them up, talk to them, check out their website. All of our schools are on social media. We're constantly telling our story on social media, and you'll be able to see some good vibes there. I've had one family say, "You know what? We actually were looking at a bunch of schools, and we just kept watching the social media of this one particular school, and it really did it for us. Like, it
Hmm.
really made a difference. We just really think that that school is the right fit for our kiddo."
Yeah, we went through recently because so my son got tested for the gifted program, and he did qualify. And so we were analyzing, like, does he go to Weinberg? And you and I had this conversation like before, is like, does he go to Weinberg or does he do the Basha?
Yeah.
You had a really good question. You're like, does he do better with so in his entire life, the thing that he gets in trouble for is, like, at recess, he goes and hangs out with the teachers and the adults. And he's great. I mean, he's very well versed. Like, it's like he asks a lot of questions, I will say. It can be kind of frustrating. But
Oh,
like but he does, and he's got an older sister. So he does gear toward the older kids and the adults. So when you asked me that question of, like, Weinberg only goes up to sixth grade, so
yeah.
he's only going to be in a school with kids younger than him, whereas Basha, he'll be in a school with kids older
Six
than
through,
him.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was such one question. I was like, oh, that was such an easy, okay, we know what next steps are for him. So it was really, really cool. And we've just experienced, like, I know, so we came from a school district where, and no bad vibes about the school district we came out of. It just, uh, you'd walk in and there was like a kind of a lull, or like a
Mhm.
dull, like,
Yeah.
I don't know what the word is. And then I came here, and when we walked in, like, Hannah, my daughter, she went into, because we were doing open enrollment, but we moved here kind of very quickly. So she enrolled and we were in Basha, and then she wanted to go to Castile, but she had to start her first week at Basha.
Mhm.
So, but we walked in there, like, because she didn't really have a schedule, because we were like, we didn't really know what was going on, to be like completely transparent. We're like, I don't even know if you show up to school today if they know you're coming.
Oh,
But that was like us, because it was rushed. It was very
yeah.
rushed when we moved. And so we actually, but she went, and everyone was so helpful. It was like, oh, need your schedule. Yep, go here. This person will help you. And it was so refreshing to not walk in and be like, oh, like, nobody really wants to be here.
And customer service is huge in Chandler Unified. We are on a mission to try to provide the Disneyland of customer service. So if there is a school where something is not feeling right, please let us know. We absolutely want to address that, and we take all of that feedback to heart, because our front offices, they're the face of our schools, right? And we want to hear stories like that they're warm and inviting like that. So that is really good to hear.
Yes. Well, I love that you guys, that's a focus for you guys, and it shows. So it's working. As we, like, wrap up, is there anything final that you would share about Chandler Unified School Districts?
Well, going back to our choices and all the options we have, I would be remiss if I didn't mention two really big ones, which are our gifted academies, Weinberg Gifted Academy, Knox Gifted Academy. But we also have gifted programming. So it's not just at those schools. And then we also have dual language immersion. That's huge. I Don't know how I missed that, but we have Mandarin dual language immersion at Tarwater. We have Spanish dual language immersion at Bologna and CTAs, two of our CTAs. And then we also have Mandarin at Bogle and we have Mandarin at Hamilton. So really, truly, believe I wholeheartedly there is an experience and a place for everyone. We're committed to helping our families find their fit in Chandler
Yeah.
Unified, and helping our students find their people, because our kids spend a lot of time at school and we want it to be a really awesome place for them.
They do. That is okay, so the language, is that the whole time they're in school, or is it like only through fifth, or does it start at sixth?
Yeah, so we have kids that have taken 13 years of Mandarin.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
so it can
That's really
start
cool.
at kindergarten. Let's say they're at Tarwater, so they do K through 6 at Tarwater. Then they do 7 through 8 at Bogle, and then they do 9 through 12 at Hamilton. We just last year had our first had the class, so they were seniors that started in the Mandarin program 13 years ago. So last year's
Oh,
graduating class had those babies in it, which was really exciting to
that
see. We
is so
actually
cool.
were able to find footage of them when that program launched and showed them as seniors, which was really exciting to see.
That is so cool. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm excited because this will get posted before what do
School
you call it, the
choice
school
fair.
fair, the school
Oh,
choice fair. So we'll get this put on YouTube. It'll be on like as early as Monday. And then
yay.
I'll put a link to the school fair. So if you're watching this, November 5th is the
Yep.
school fair. And where is that at again?
It's at the district office, 1525 Fry Road in Chandler,
Okay.
85224, 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. And we'll have some breakout sessions. We're looking at kindergarten breakout sessions and gifted breakout sessions to get answers to questions, but also come find your fit, whether you're following your path and staying on your boundaried path, or you want to talk to a high school that has different programming. This is your opportunity to do so all in one place.
I love it. We'll be there. I'm so glad you
Yay!
brought it
Achievement
up. We'll
can't
be there.
wait.
So thank you so much for doing this interview today. I appreciate it. So
Thank
obviously,
you.
if you guys are watching this, reach out and go check out, tour some schools. And oh, I learned this as you sort of mentioning the gifted program. I actually thought this was really neat because we called to a tour at Weinberg and they said, "Oh, we don't do tours until you apply," because and I was like, "Oh, that's genius." I shouldn't say freaking on the school YouTube. I'll edit that out.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh
But
my gosh.
our portrait of a learner teaches us traits of compassion and empathy, so it's totally fine.
Good. So, but it was interesting because they were like, you can't come tour yet until he is confirmed that he can come to the school because the last thing we want to do is have you come tour and then have us say, oh, sorry, but you can't come here. And I was like, oh, that totally makes sense. And then he went and obviously tested. So, but it's you guys, I mean, there's a lot of thought put into everything. And I don't know, it's been a really neat experience for us.
Well, that's wonderful to hear. If anybody, those that are watching, like from your preschoolers and your pre-K kiddos, like that we have 13 years of education at your fingertips for your kiddos. Like you don't have to go anywhere else. Excellence is in your backyard. Excellence is here. You know, we take their opportunity and we help our kids and our family shine. So whatever we can do to make your experience better, we are committed to doing so.
Yes. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And we'll definitely stay in touch.
Yes, thank you. Have a great one.